Agatha Harkness being the reason that Dolly Parton created the song Jolene is probably one of the funniest Easter eggs Marvel has ever did in a long time. Spoilers for Agatha All Along, episode 6. Familiar by thy side. Let me just say, I love these two together, Joe Locke and Miles Gutierrez, who plays Eddie. Like, I think they have great chemistry. Now, let me just say this, because I see some people saying that he's going to end up being Hulkling. I don't think he's Hulkling, even though his name is Eddie, which is close to Teddy. But also, that doesn't make sense to me either, because if he was Teddy, Hulkling, why would his name be Eddie? Eddie is short for Edward. But their chemistry is great, but we already know he's not long for this world. Not in terms of the fact that he's gonna die, but we know this is the real end game when it comes to Billy Kaplan's love life. But I also love how in this episode, we didn't just get one same-sex kiss. We got two scenes and moments of the two of them kissing, and their kissing scene was so much more tender and passionate and loving than that little peck on the lips that we got in Eternals. I was just like, yes, thank you, finally. But I still gotta say, like, hopefully by the end of this season and show, we get a kiss with Rio and Agatha to make this show even gayer. We get a male-on-male kiss and a woman-on-woman kiss. Like, let's go. Make it gayer. That's my motto. The scene was so sweet, and the way they told each other that they love each other, I was just like, oh, I love this. I love it. Something else that I also love, like, being the fact that everybody knew that Joe Locke was playing Wicked. Like, it was the worst kept secret in Marvel casting and everything like that. But I love the way that this storyline is playing out and the mystery of it, because I'm still along the ride. And one of the things that I was surprised about is the fact that Lilia is the one that put the sigil on Billy. Like, honestly, I thought we're going to find out that he put it on himself. But no, it was Lilia. She saw something. Obviously, she saw the fact that, you know, his life, what'd she say, 2 lifelines. It's going to be Billy Maximoff taking over his body. But I want to know, what specifically did she see that made her want to put the sigil on him? Because it had to be more than just the fact that he's taking over the body. He said something about the towel reversed. I wonder what that is referring to. But basically, like the internet was saying, it was Lilia all along, because I blame her for the terrible Multiverse of Madness movie. Because if she didn't put that sigil on Billy, she would have sensed him. So we wouldn't have had to go on this terrible journey for her to go steal somebody else's kids in another multiverse, and Wanda would still be alive if it wasn't for Lilia. Blame Lilia. I love everything about this episode. This episode was definitely my favorite so far, and I love that we got to see more of William Kaplan, and that they also kept the Jewish origins of the character and really elongated a scene of him having the bar mitzvah. Also like that they're really trying to make less complicated the origins of Billy Maximoff from the comics. I made a video about their comic book origin the other day. If you haven't seen that, go back and like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. But even though they're trying to make it a little less complicated, it's also still complicated, because I feel like, yes, the soul of Billy Maximoff took over the soul of William Kaplan, but I don't think it's just a simple thing as it's just possession. Now Billy Maximoff is driving William Kaplan's body, because he mentioned that he doesn't have any memories before the accident. So that's both his memories as William and his memories as Billy. The only thing he seems to remember as Billy Maximoff is Tommy, but also he still has some memories as William Kaplan, because the moment he came home from the hospital and he started reading the minds of his parents, and his mother was like, maybe if he goes to his room, something would jog his memory. And then he was like, you're right, Mom. Maybe if I go to my room, I'll remember things. And so he knew his room was upstairs. There was no moment of him going like, where's my room again? Or the fact that he still went to school as William Kaplan. So he clearly remembered everything that he learned in school. He still interacted with his friends and everything like that. There's still memories that he has as William Kaplan, because there'd be no way he'd be able to move around life through 3 years and he not have the memories. I know he mentioned that he pretended so that his parents would not feel, as worried, but there's only so much you can pretend. Also, the fact that when he says his name to Agatha Harkness, I am William Kaplan, and Billy Maximoff, and both of them sigil over, that tells me he is going to be both Billy Maximoff and William Kaplan. He's going to get both memories eventually. And I think this moment and scene that we saw in the upcoming trailers of Agatha Harkness doing whatever to him is her unlocking both the memories of William Kaplan and Billy Maximoff. But I also love that we got to see inside of Agatha's mind, or her being in that hex from another person's perspective. We got to see it from Billy's perspective. You could Agatha or Catherine Hahn is having such a great time in this role, and her acting is so incredible. But you could tell when she kept talking to Billy, like, "Do you want to keep poking the bear?" Like, you could see Joe Locke almost breaking. Like, you could tell he wanted to smile and laugh in that scene. I'm glad this show isn't forgetting about Tommy, because that was one of my biggest questions when we saw Joe Locke as Billy Cap. I was like, where the hell is Tommy? Yeah, I love this episode. What did you guys think? Like, share, comment for the All Gay Rhythm.